Fuck it up. Okay. Welcome back to the YouTube. It has been a while. Got quite a bit to cover in this video. I thought it would be quite good to kind of go over what's been happening in the past 3-4 weeks. It's not been fun. It's not been like a great time at all for me, for my bodybuilding, for everything really. But I thought it would be valuable to kind of talk about it. I've spoken about it a bit on Instagram, but I thought it'd be way easier to kind of talk to you in long form content, like through a camera. And I will go through that in this video. It's just got to the gym now. We're in with a new training split. Again, we'll go over that in this video. And we're in for pull. So we're back away from the upper lower sessions. Upper lower was really, really good. I enjoyed upper lower. I just got a little bit bored. I kind of missed the push-pull legs sort of split, and I'm back to it. So we're in for pull today, House of Gains. I'm excited to train for the first time in a while, so let's fucking get to it. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get fucking going. As I said, we're in with a new training split, and I'm in for pull today. This is pull A, so I've got 2 rotations of this training split. So starting with pull, and then we go pull, push, off, legs, off. So it's 5 days, it's rolling split, so it's not going to be the same every single week. And yeah, I've had input from a few people on this, but big shout out to Nat, who is, if you've watched the podcast, we spoke about Nat on the podcast. Great junior bodybuilder. He's not junior anymore, but was a great junior bodybuilder, British champion, etc., etc. Great up and coming amateur bodybuilder. So definitely check out Nat on Instagram. Great bodybuilder, great guy. Just helped me out with this. I got his input. I like the way he trains, and kind of got him to have a look at this split that I wrote for myself and put his own sort of spin on things, which is cool. But yeah, we're in for pull today, starting with activation. So it's not actual like working sets on this movement, but we're just doing like a cable rope pullover. Pre today, we had the Connor stack from Alpha Neon. So we had Hydronate, which is a great hydration formula. We had Pump to Fuck, non-stim pump formula, and then we also had Maximum Carnage V2, which is like probably my favourite stim pre-workout that they do. It's not like one of the stims that's going to fucking send you to the moon, but it's a stim that's enough to give you a fucking kick up the arse. And then alongside that, we also stacked with Alpha Neon arachidonic acid, which is a really, really good. It's a capsule pill form formula. I was going to say pre-workout. I don't know if it's technically a pre-workout, but arachidonic acid along the side of it, which I get like ridiculously good pumps off of after using for a couple of weeks. So just putting that back in pre-workout, so that should be good. All of that is going to be linked in the description, so content at Alpha Neon will obviously get you a little bit of money off. After we did the activation on rope pullover, went on to reverse pec deck. Get some rear delt in there early. I used to do this all the time back when I was training with Marv. This was like a staple for me and for him. It was to do rear delt work at the beginning of the session. It's like when people do calves at the beginning of the session. It's one of those small muscle groups. By the end of the session, you're too fucked and you don't really want to put everything into it. Stick at the beginning, put all your fucking effort into it, and you're going to reap the benefits of it. Some big fucking rear delts is going to make your delts look huge. They really like round off the delts, so it's worth it. We go 2 working sets there, both like 10 to 12 or 10 to 15. Now we're going on to our first like actual lat working movement, which is a single arm seated D-handle pull down. 2 sets here, 8 to 10, 12 to 15. Those types of rep ranges, and we just work as hard as we fucking can on them. Push to failure, obviously, and yeah, just 2 working sets there, and then we'll move on to the next movement. chest supported dumbbell row. Probably up there with like one of my favourite rows. I never used to connect well on this one. I never really used to be able to get my foot positioning right where, you know, I wasn't high enough on the bench to where I could row upwards and get really upper back focused row. I used to be too far down, so I was just like rowing in, which is more of a lat focus, which is fine. Your back gets hit regardless, so it doesn't matter. But as of recently, I think it's these new benches, to be honest. I can come a little bit further up, have my chest sort of hanging over the bench, and I can row up and really focus on my upper back. But yeah, great movement. 2 sets here, same, sort of like a 8 to 10, and then like a 10 to 15 sort of rep range. It's just about getting my strength back, you know, during this sort of diet phase, and also the time that I took off training, which I will cover in this video later. But today's like my first real session back in 3-ish weeks, maybe just over 3 weeks. So it's about just getting in the routine, getting in the rhythm, training again. But that sort of like fire to train, that or motivation feeling to train is back, which is really, really cool, because I genuinely haven't felt that for probably close to a month. So it's good. It's all good. One more set here.
Not working, mate.
Yeah, John. Stiff leg deadlift slash sort of block pull deadlift, what you want to call it. Pull it from the floor or pull it from a block to sort of like mid shin, take any sort of glute ham activation out of it or minimize it, and mainly focus on the lower back erectors sort of area for this movement. Now this is something that I've never really done, is put this movement further in the session. I always used to put this movement sort of towards the beginning or like at the very start. So it's quite a nice change of pace to have it here. However, feels significantly weaker, which is fine. I'm not a fucking powerlifter, it doesn't matter. But also in combination with having the last two and a bit weeks off of training properly, dieting as well, so weight has come down fairly a fair amount. But yeah, we have one working set here. Jesus Christ. All right, final back movement. Now, stiff legs or pulls from the floor, whatever the fuck you want to call them, not the best, but all in all, pretty happy with it. 180 for 7, 6. I honestly can't remember right now. But final back movement, we've actually just got barbell shrugs. Now I love shrugs, and I haven't done shrugs in a very long time. But put them back in because I love them and I enjoy them and I want to do them. Get absolutely freaky, massive traps all the way up to my fucking ears. Barbell shrugs today, and then in my second rotation of pull, I think it's seated dumbbell shrugs. So got 2 variations here, which I really, really enjoy doing. We'll see how this feels. I just tried 2 and it felt pretty nice, just getting a good shrug in. Probably work at 3 plates, and we've just got 2 sets here. Then we've got biceps, 2 movements for biceps, and then we're done. Moving on to the final portion of the workout, which is just biceps. So we've got 2 bicep movements here. We've got alternating dumbbell bicep curl, and then we've got dumbbell hammer curl. Now, something that I've got implemented into this routine, which is something that I haven't done previously, is doing like pyramid sets. So warm-ups, instead of just being like touching a weight, thinking it's okay, then moving up. I'll do 10 reps minimum on each warm-up, so I'm accumulating more volume across all sets. So, for example, I'll do 12 and a halves for 10, 15s for 10, 17 and a halves for 10, until I start to feel like, right, this is a weight where I'm going to fail at about 10 to 12, and then I'll do 3 working sets on that weight. If I need to bring it down a bit after the first working set, then obviously I will, but it's just going to accumulate more volume across the board, so it should be pretty good. Never done it before like that, but obviously this is something that Nat kind of recommended, and it sounds like I'm going to get a fucking nasty pump, so it would be stupid not to try it. Right, okay. That's the session done. I did do the hammer curls at the end. I just didn't film them. To be honest, I kind of just want to go home. I'm pretty fucking hungry. But yeah, doing those like pyramid sets, fucking good, bro. I've never really done them. Where's my AirPod case? There it is. I've never really done them, so trying that out felt really, really good. Got a pump a lot quicker than I thought I would, so I think my working sets were only on the 17 and a half. But fucking hell, felt way better. So that's cool. I'm going to have a look at what the physique's looking like. I'm also going to film with my phone, just because it's probably going to be better. I can't really figure out how to do the lighting on this camera yet, which is a bit shit, but I've got a backup camera here. Now, I'm currently 94 kilos. Pretty much, no, I was 94 kilos on the dot this morning. Started the diet at 103 about 4 weeks ago. 3 weeks, no, not even that. About 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, started the diet, right? So, see what we're looking like. Down to 94, probably gonna go to like 90. See where we're at, but we'll see. I'm pretty fucking hungry, so I'm hoping it's not too much longer. But I also do want to get to a point where it's like, I've cut enough to actually be responsive to then grow afterwards, but who knows, we will see. I'm gonna make this lighting a little bit better, but I don't know how good it's gonna be. Right, well, that's a sad excuse for a bodybuilder, but that's real, isn't it? That's an update after about 2.5 to 3 weeks of no training, or like fuck all training. I think excuses, but in the last 4 weeks I've had 3 sessions. So there you go. Being real, showing you what we look like after that. But we're back in the gym, we're training, we're consistent, we're dieting. I'm at that sort of like fat but flat stage, which isn't fun, but hopefully not too much longer until we start to actually see some decent results and look all right. I'm going to go home and then we'll kind of wrap this video up at home, and I'll sit you down, talk about the split, what I was feeling like, what I'm feeling like now, kind of what I did to kind of change things, and what I'm doing like gear wise and food wise and stuff. Just give you a quick rundown of everything. So let me get home, get some food in, and then we can. It's actually a couple hours later. It's about 6 p.m. now. I actually got back, ate my post workout, and then just cracked on with some work that I needed to get done. Completely forgot that I was going to film this little bit to the video. So let me just kind of go over what's been happening for the last like month or so, right? So I say obviously, some of you might not even know. If you follow me on Instagram or if you've watched a previous YouTube video, you may have remembered or may have realised or heard or whatever that I had a tooth taken out. Now, when you get a tooth taken out, if you've ever had one, you are normally told to eat soft foods for, what was it, 72 hours, I think it was. Now, my appetite wasn't great at the time anyway, but I was still eating. And then that obviously threw my appetite off completely, eating just fucking shit food. Is it shit food? Fucking hell, soft foods. It just wasn't enough. I felt really weak, like physically I wasn't getting enough food in. It wasn't fun at all, right? Kind of led to a little bit of, I don't know if it's directly linked to that, but I kind of experienced burnout with bodybuilding, I guess. I just kind of lost the fire, if that's what you want to call it, to train. Like, I just didn't really want to train. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel too good in myself. Like, I just wasn't enjoying it, like, at all. So, obviously, with the whole tooth thing and not being able to eat, and I had to take a couple of days off training as well because it's an open wound, and it's like, if you put too much pressure on yourself, it will just reopen and it just won't heal. So I had to take a couple of days off there anyway. So I was like, I'm just going to make this a deload and like extend it from like 2-3 days to like 5, 6, 7 days. Got to about 6 days and I was like, yeah, I could probably go back to the gym. And then I got there and I was like, I can't. Like, I got bad knees. My knees have hurt. Appetite wasn't there. Couldn't eat. Didn't feel strong. Didn't feel good in myself. Didn't want to train, and kind of just got in a rut, if that's what if that's what you want to call it. Got in a rut, and kind of, it was like sort of a vicious cycle. I wanted to train, and then I didn't, and then I did, and then I didn't, and I never actually did. And it took me about, I think I was off training for like 15, 16 days. I didn't train, and kind of just felt sorry for myself. Which, to be honest, I've never really experienced this, but like sort of started feeling sorry for myself. Didn't want to be. I was going to say didn't want to be here. It wasn't that bad, fucking hell. I didn't want to train. Didn't want to eat. Didn't want to be on plan. Didn't want to do fucking anything. I just wanted to sit and do nothing. And I was so tired, so I was sleeping all the time. But that wouldn't fix me being tired. It was really weird. It was really shit. So said this all kind of to Tom, and I was like, look, I'm sort of at that skinny fat stage where like I look shit, I feel shit, like I want to diet, so that one, I can gain a little bit of confidence by looking in the mirror and thinking like, okay, cool, there's actually something there. I can reset sort of my appetite. I can reset my sensitivity to food, so it's going to be a lot easier for me to grow, and all of that. So Tom was like, yeah, cool, I agree. Let's go into sort of like a reset phase rather than like a full-on like fat loss diet phase. What Tom likes to do and what we've done previously is where we basically slash my calories in half or more, and then from there we add in cardio. We utilize Clen a little bit later down the line, but we utilize Clen, and we kind of put myself into what you'd call like the back end of prep in regards to where food is. So, for example, my food currently is, bear with me, 2,965 calories, which isn't crazy low, but from, I think it was just under 6,000 calories before. it felt quite difficult at the start, but after a few days, after like a week or so of doing it, I was like, cool, this is fine. Cardio was implemented at 30 minutes a day. Cool, sound. I started to enjoy feeling hungry again because I haven't felt that in a while. Yeah, started Clen at 40. 40? Yeah, started Clen at 40. And like I said, 30 minutes of cardio a day, and it was all good. And then, yeah, kind of thought maybe it'd be a good time to switch my split. So obviously previously I was doing an upper lower split, where I went upper lower, off, upper lower, sort of like lagging body part session, and then off. So my rest days were Wednesday, Sunday. I had 2 on, 1 off, 3 on, 1 off. And I was enjoying it. I probably did it for about 2 or 3 months. I really, really enjoyed it. It's the first time I ever done upper lower myself. It was good fun. I just found that I got quite bored quite quickly. Sessions were coming around really, really quickly, and I just stopped really enjoying it. Alongside like everything I've just explained, it was all happening at the same time. So I thought maybe it's a good time to switch up the split. That might kind of reignite the fire and go back to a split that I really, really enjoyed doing back when I was training and loving training back in when I was down in London. And that is going to a pull, push, off, legs, off. Now, one, my knees aren't great, so having a rest day either side of legs is good for me. I can go into the session feeling fresh, and then I can have a day to recover afterwards. And then having pull before push, because most people do push-pull legs, having pull before push just separates or makes it a bigger distance between my pull day and my leg day, because I tend to struggle with my lower back a little bit, and this just completely avoids that issue. So it works really, really well. Pull A was the session that you saw today. So I've got 2 rotations for the split. I've got pull A, pull B, push A, push B. Pull A and pull B are fairly similar, just different movements. Push A and push B are, so one's like a chest-dominated push session and one's like a delt-dominated push session, with a fair amount of delt work in both push, just because chest is a fairly strong point for me, especially in regards to like strength. So a lot more delt work needs to be in, because my delts are pretty shit in my opinion. They need to come up a lot. My back needs to come up a lot. So both pull sessions are built around, ensuring that my back is bigger rather than just making sure I'm getting stronger. Obviously the two can correlate, but realistically I think, at the end of the day, what I would do, for example, is I would have my deadlifts at the beginning of the session, get really, really strong, and then the rest of the session was just meh. Now, like I said earlier in the video, speaking to Nat, I will put his Instagram on the screen. He's a coach, so if you are looking for a coach, obviously go check him out. I'm a coach as well, but credit where credit's due. I sent him over the split that I kind of wrote out, and I was just like, what would you change? Like, I like the way he trains. I like the progression he's made in his physique. He looks fucking insane. And I just thought, I respect him as a bodybuilder, and I'd like to know sort of what he would implement if this was his split. He then obviously moved my deadlifts from like the beginning of my session right to the end, which I've never done before, like I said earlier in the video, and it felt quite nice doing that. I felt definitely like I got more out of it in regards to actual back involvement rather than glute and ham. What else did he do? Added in a couple intensifiers. Like I said, with the arm work, he sort of like added in the pyramid style of training for the warm-up set. So every warm-up is a minimum of 10 reps there, and then we go to our 3 working sets, which is really good. He implemented using the rope pullover at the beginning as a activator set, I think he called it, just to kind of get my lats firing and get some blood in the back before we actually go into some working sets. And yeah, like he had a really, really good input into my sessions, which is cool. So I'm excited to kind of go through the split and document it, film the split, and obviously kind of get back on the horse with bodybuilding. And I at the same time, I didn't really want to record today. I wanted to get into good rhythm of training and stuff like that before I press record and put it online. However, I do think it is sort of important. I think it's pretty important that you can see the real me and what's actually happening, because I don't know, some of you might be able to relate, and this could be pretty similar to what you're going through at this moment, or what you have gone through, or potentially what you're going to go through at some point, and then you can refer back to this. And I want to show you, like, I looked at my physique today in the gym, and fucking hell, I don't ever want to take my shirt off again. I think that looks shit, but I also know for a fact that, you know, I'm dieting, food is low. Ugh. I don't know if you heard that. My dog just burped. Come here. I don't think you lot have been introduced. Come here. Give me that. Fucking licky, Matt. He brings it in here. Fuck off. Leave it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is Apollo. Apollo is a Staffy cross pitbull, probably. He is 5 months old. I haven't introduced you to him yet. He's an absolute fucking beast. And a bit of a prick sometimes as well. But he's, he's cool. What are you looking for? Watch the camera, bruv. I can't remember where I was. Oh yeah, I think it's real, and I think you guys need to kind of see this, and it's valuable information for some people maybe. So yeah, here we go. The start of the comeback. This is not what I'm calling it, because I think that's fucking ridiculous. I'm not coming back from anything. I'm just sorting my life out. This is still the off-season series, or whatever. What did I call it? The Pursuit of Mass. The Pursuit of Mass. Beautiful. Yeah, we're going to finish this diet, get in a good position. Probably not too much more to come off. I think I want to get... I don't know, I definitely want to get leaner. I think I'm 94 kilos on the dot this morning. Excuse me. Ideally, if we can get to 90, maybe just below, see what we look like there. And then we can, boom, push up, grow, everything. Have I told you what I'm doing with drugs? I don't know. 200 test, 300 mast. So it's just above like a not a TRT, because it sounds ridiculous saying that's a TRT. It's not. It's a cruise. I'm not blasting. I'm just cruising at the moment. Whilst we're in this sort of phase, I don't really need to. I don't need to blast. So yeah, I think I've covered everything there. We're in for push tomorrow. We'll. I don't know, in the video if you saw earlier, I was kind of playing with my pec, touching my pec. When I was doing those deadlifts, I feel like I've fucking done something to my pec. Doesn't feel great, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. But we've got push tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's the delt focus one. I can't actually remember. But yeah, I'll probably try film that one as well, and we can hopefully get some more content out pretty fucking quick. If there's any types of videos you want to see, let me know. Make sure to check out the podcast. Me and Tom Taylor, if you don't know, have been smashing the podcast. We've done over 50 episodes now, which is insane to me. It's called the Amateur Hour Podcast. It's fucking sick. Like, all episodes are on YouTube. Majority of them are on Spotify. We're having some problems with Spotify letting us upload them for whatever reason. But go check that out. Obviously, frequent information on there. Frequent content on Instagram. Bringing this YouTube back. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else for me to cover. If you want me to coach you, link in the description. Message me on WhatsApp and we can talk. But other than that, I hope you're well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, drop a comment if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one.